episode 386. It's me, Vimesy, not caught by surprise at all while going live at that particular moment in time. With me tonight, we have the mighty Clarky.
Evening, just trying to unfuck what you did now.
He's been missing for a little while, but he's back, and now he thinks he's in charge, and he's going to moan on about all the technical stuff that we improved last week. And speaking of improving last week, we also have the mighty Pet.
Yo!
Who has joined us for another week's gaming epicness. With a bit of luck, we'll actually get through 20 minutes of, randomness. Well, we managed to do like probably 10 minutes of gaming chat at the end of the last one. Most of it was, I can't remember, but I don't think it was gaming. Yes, we're here. Welcome everybody. It's the week after the night before. It's Games Fest has been and gone. Or is it still going? I don't know. We've had Jeff Keighley's Epic Trainer Showcase, Games Showcase. We've had the PC Gaming Show, which is a real highlight of mine. We've had the Xbox Showcase. We had a no, we didn't. We had a play. No, we didn't. Did we have a PlayStation one? Was there a PlayStation?
Yeah, we did that last week.
Oh, that's why it was last week. I won't remember.
There was. It just wasn't very good.
Well, the Nintendo one was basically the PlayStation one because all the PlayStation stuff was basically Nintendo stuff because it all looked pixelated and shite. So this week, James Bond was epic. That was the only thing that was really good on it. So tonight, we're going to kind of just randomly go through the stuff that we saw whilst trying to remember what actually happened and because it's been a really long week and I've slept since. So we're going for that kind of casual, not rehearsed, not particularly scripted. Some might say off the cuff and unprepared. I prefer to call it just going with the flow. Moves rock the nightclub, something disco. And so here we are. Pet,
you always have to go with the flow. You always have to. You can't fuck the, like when you you ain't got to go up to a girl, but you want to go up to a girl.
I mean, it's been a while.
There's no point. What's the lines what's the opening What's that phrase? Opening lines.
Clarky, can we just turn it off and start again, mate? Because I think
No.
What I'm trying to say is don't do a line. Just go with the flow.
Don't do a line.
No,
Off her tits.
No,
that's off YouTube, Clarky. Don't worry about the API now, mate.
What's the flirt line called when people do a line?
The pickup line, the chat up line.
Yeah, don't do a pickup line.
What did you used to call it? You used to have some stupid name for pickup line.
I never do pickup lines. I usually use the same lines, but I don't. There's not a pickup line. Just go with the flow.
Moves, rock the nightclub, disco. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Would you like to this time around, instead of trying to use pickup lines and whatever you used to call it, bring the news?
Yes. Play my motherfucking jingle.
Clarky, play the motherfucking jingle. Clarky.
Just why am I even pretending like I'm going to add this in?
Why not? Why can't you add it in no more?
The huge amount of effort that Pet went to create that jingle.
I don't have it. Somebody send me it as an audio file then.
Fuck's sake. All right, I'll start with the news.
Yeah. Unless you do a live rendition. No, don't.
Do you want to start with Summer Game Fest?
We might as well. We did the PlayStation one. Summer Games Fest was what? Saturday night, was it?
5 days ago?
Yeah, something like that. Is that what it says on the website?
It says 5 days ago. Yeah, so I had to work out whenever the 6th of June was.
Good work.
When was the 6th of June?
5 days ago.
Was it? Yeah. So that's 5 days ago. But I mean, what day is that?
Let's not ask questions.
Friday. Clark, you got the typewriter away, son. We're trying to do a show here.
Clarky's got a mechanical keyboard.
I'm just responding to the fans.
How many of them?
Can you do it silently for the listening fans as well? What was announced? I'm just going to pick out good ones. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Short show then, is it?
No, there was some good stuff.
Thankfully.
Right, let's start with the big hitters. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we got to look at the next. Well, we got a CGI of the next, a reveal of the next Resident Evil.
Yep.
Requiem.
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 That's what I said.
Requiem.
Requiem. We saw another trailer for Death Stranding 2. We saw a Game of Thrones.
I'm not watching anything about Death Stranding 2. I'm not watching anything. I know that's going to be. I'm not even sure I like it, but just for the balls of the man, I'll be buying that day one. Just for kind of what he stands for, the level of whatever it is he puts. I'll just be I will.
Is it coming to Switch too?
It's exclusive to PlayStation so far, but I'm sure it will come later to the other stuff eventually. We saw the new trailer for, the reveal for Atomic Heart 2. We saw Mouse PI for Atomic Heart 2.
Oh, Atomic Heart 2. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, the original one did as well in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it did. It did.
Exactly. It was so boring, the first one, but it looked amazing. We saw Mouse PI again for hire. Sonic, we saw more Crossworld, Sonic Racing, Onimusha, the new one. Kart. Yeah. What else? Other big ones. We saw the Dune Awakening, more of that. We saw Out of Words. We saw Mafia: The Old Country, the new Lies of P.
Do you remember that bit where I said I don't want to go for every single game and I just want to pick out a few?
Okay. So pick some out. I'm just letting you. Yeah, you can pick some out.
What did you think of Resident Evil Requiem for a start? What did that?
It was a trailer.
Yeah, well, they're all trailers, Pat. What do you know?
No, but I mean, like, it was nothing though. It was just the CGI with that creepy lady announcing it.
Oh, okay. My daughter thought it looked really cool.
But it's quite ironic that, because she voices that buxom lady in Resident Evil 8, but she's no oil painting in real life. And I found out the other day that
here we go.
The woman who voices Yennefer in Witcher 3 was actually in Star Wars in Andor in season 2, and she was a right sour-faced bitch. I couldn't believe it when I found out she voiced her.
It's a hard wank, isn't it?
Can I just stop the boat really quickly? Damn it, Coleman, where did you order Death Stranding 2 for £45? He just put that in the
Probably
chat.
got it off CD keys, or no, hang on. It'll be some dodgy thing that he's got lined up with his silly juvenile podcast that isn't any better than ours.
My £60-70 order, if you let me know. So sorry about that, Clarky. Tell us more about
what you said. It's on PC though, mate. You won't have it on PS5.
It's not out on PC. It's not out. It's PS5 exclusive.
I'd finished, mate.
Oh, okay. It's PS5 exclusive, Wimsey. No PC, no nothing.
There you go, Pat. That's where he got it.
Back of the lorry. Nice.
Fantastic. Yeah, sorry. Wimsey, talk about one or two games then anything that you thought that you're going to must buy.
There wasn't a lot. I think from the Summer Games Fest, there wasn't a huge amount that sort of stood out to me, and I kind of went, "That looks really, really good."
I know one game you would fucking hate, but people are making a noise about it.
Right.
I would love to see you play Splitgate 2.
That's not going to happen. That looks far too fucking complicated, man. Yeah. No, that's ridiculously stupid. No. I mean, that's just complicated shenanigans, isn't it? I mean, why? Well, it's hard enough, like playing something like, I don't know, Quake, or because it's kind of that Quake Unreal Tournament-esque movement, I think.
Crazy,
and then let's put some crappy portals in it so that suddenly people are behind you, and I've got to now think as well, like no, that's not happening. That's far too complicated.
Well, what will you be playing apart from Death Stranding 2? I mean, they showed some more James Bond, which I think.
The James Bond we talked about last week, and I think that's kind of the game that I know it's kind of generic action game, but it's IO. I have a lot of faith in that studio to pull off something that is a little bit more cerebral than the normal action game. I just hope they can pull the kind of the combat off.
He used to say shit like that about CD Projekt Red before Cyberpunk came out.
You sit there giving it all this. Cyberpunk's a fucking great game. It's one of my best favorite games of all time.
It absolutely is, mate. That's why I purchased it on Switch too.
What about that? I don't know if you remember a game called Stranger Than Heaven, which was by the creators of Like a Dragon series, and it was that guy like walking around in like basically like a dragon.
Wasn't that the 1920s one?
Yeah,
that looked fun, but I'm also aware that I tend to get quite bored of the Yakuza games after about 15 hours. Yeah, I don't find the what do you call it, the combat. I just find it a bit boring. It's just the kind of the beat 'em up esqueness of it. It just doesn't really do it for me. But it did look fun. I think the one I really like the look of was I'm going to get it wrong because I keep calling it Clockwork Revolution. That's the one. The one that looks very Bioshocky. And you can kind of I don't quite know how it's going to work. Where you kind of it's got that time travel thing where if you kind of twist time a little bit, something different will happen. I Dishonored is the only game I've ever seen that's managed to really pull that off with any aplomb. And even that.
The Xbox one, maybe was that Summer Game Fest? Was it? Can't seem to have that on my list.
It might. Where did I see that? It might have been. It might have been the Xbox game show.
That's the Xbox one. Yeah,
might be good. I mean, look, I watched like 5 bloody things.
I know it's all making this in 1 week.
It's all kind of getting a little bit peaked.
No, so that wasn't Summer Game Fest. So in terms of Summer Game Fest,
I've ruined my entire.
It sounds like you've got nothing that you liked. Not that you liked, obviously. Death Stranding, a little bit more James Bond, which you've already seen. But that's it, right? And you've already seen those 2 games, so nothing new. I don't mean to be putting you on the spot. I'm just like
you kind of have. I mean, it's not like I knew we were going to be recording tonight or anything. But honestly, there's nothing that kind of really jumps like, oh my god, did you see that? That was amazing. I don't think there was. There were lots of little games. Most of them were sort of like to be honest, on the kind of.
I know what you got excited about. Stuff. I just seen it on the list. Deadpool VR. You kind of got a little bit excited about that.
No, I didn't. What I said was, here's a PS5 game for you, pet.
Fair enough.
Here's a PSVR game.
Hold on. It's not a PSVR game. It's
not a PSVR game.
It's a what, Clarky?
It's a MetaQuest game. It's not coming out on PSVR.
I thought it was a PSVR game.
No, it's a MetaQuest one.
Oh, sorry, Pat. Suck it up. Do you want to buy MetaQuest 3? Just asking.
No.
You're selling, maybe. Yeah. All right, I'm going to move on to Clarky. Clarky, did anything? There was a lot of imitation Dead Souls-like games, and I know you quite fancy Life of Pet.
Life of like bigging yourself up is
Lies of P.
I do like that. What is it? Was High on Life 2?
No, that wasn't this either.
Do we have to do it? Do we have to do it like show by show? Because
that wasn't Summer Game Fest. That was Xbox.
No, whatever. It's all the same, isn't it?
We're going to go into that in a second. But Summer Game Fest.
The Lies of P one. Yeah.
Mortal Shell 2.
Yeah, it wasn't that Xbox.
No, it was Summer Game Fest.
All right, okay. Yeah, I get the feeling that Mortal Shell 2 is actually like a full game because Mortal Shell itself was actually a really short game.
It did look good, that Mortal Shell 2.
The original one looks very good, Vimesy.
Yeah, I think wasn't it come on Game Pass? I think I watched somebody play like the first hour of it, and I just thought,
Well, you lot have bought
you're absolutely right, damn it.
Well, you lot have brought the Summer Game Fest down to its knees. I got really excited about one title.
Go on,
really excited.
It's probably if I can't remember it, it can't be that exciting, right?
Wasn't that on the Xbox one?
No. Summer Game Fest, we got a teaser for a new Wu-Tang game. Can't wait.
We did.
Wu-Tang Rise of the Deceiver. It's gonna come out. Can't wait. I love the Wu-Tang. I love the original game.
This sounds like it's on par with like Shaq Fu.
Oh, hopefully not. No, hopefully not. But I remember on the PS1, it was an epic game. The soundtrack was amazing. On the PS1, Clark, if you remember, on the PS1, if you remember, Clark, you could put the games in on a normal CD player and just listen to the soundtrack. The whole Wu-Tang album was on that soundtrack as well of the game. It's mad that Wu-Tang is still making games.
It can't have been a very good game then if they managed to fit an entire album on the CD and the game as well.
They did. I don't know if you remember they had a special controller as well, Clarky. Do you remember it? Or was that on the PS2? Yeah, they had literally like a Wu. Let me try and find it.
Hang on.
If you're going to allow me to show my screen, it was a Wu-Tang controller. You don't remember it? It was
surprisingly like, not. No.
Okay, Clarky's not really. I can't. Are you big into the Wu-Tang, Clarky?
Not really.
Not really. No, he's more a Barry Manilow kind of vibe. I'm getting.
Yeah, they got a cool logo and everything. Oh, hold on. What's this shit?
Is he going to share it on his screen? Oh God, yeah. Look at that. That's
quick. Look at the tabs at the top. Look at the tabs at the top. Check the tabs at the top first. Is he looking at porn? No, it's clean. It's clean.
I'm not looking at porn.
It looks like a Batman, kind of an upside down Batman signal.
Well, it was supposed to be like the Wu-Tang symbol.
Yeah.
Right.
Just can you do me a favor and just click on your saved bookmarks tab?
No.
No, I can't. I can't do that. How do I stop?
All right.
We've missed actually probably the best trailer that was shown that night. We've not talked about at all, which was
Wu-Tang.
No, not Wu-Tang. It was Felt That boxing. Do you remember with the kind of emo?
The Muppets.
It looks like Oscar from the Muppets.
Yeah,
it was like the best trailer of the night. I have got no idea what it was. I presume it's just, is it a VR boxing game? Is it a normal boxing game? Is it just, I don't know what it is, but I really, really want to do that.
I think it's like that Nintendo boxing game it looked like. What's that Nintendo boxing one called, Clarky? The famous one?
Oh, Punch Out.
The one with the jiggles.
It looked like Punch Out.
Oh, that one.
We got a Wu-Tang fan in the chat, by the way. He's talking about ODB, called Vimesy and ODB.
Yeah, I bet he did.
ODB.
Yeah. What else was there? I'm sorry, I'm just flipping through the list as well because I'm struggling to remember what the bloody was.
Well, do you want me to move on to what you guys were basically talking about, which was the Xbox game showcase, and I can rattle some names.
Well, I only watched about half of it. Was it about half of it, Vimesy, before I fucked off?
Pretty much. Yeah. You just decided that was it. You obviously realised that there were more games coming to the Xbox this year than there were Nintendo, so you called it a night, which I think was
I'll tell you some big ones coming to Xbox and other platforms, to be fair. So they're getting Final Fantasy 16. So that is coming to Xbox.
And
already got it, Pet. Already out.
And
I know I completed it. Oh, already out on Xbox.
Not just Final Fantasy 16
and Renegade. Not Renegade. Sorry,
Retrograde.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth Retrograde.
Yeah, that doesn't come out till Christmas.
Yeah. Really? Oh my.
Yeah.
They showed off the new Gears of War. Well, I say the remake Gears of War.
The remake of the remake. Pulling a naughty dog there.
Clockwork Revolution, as you guys said, that looked good.
Looks good.
Yep, they showed off DLC from Indiana Jones. They showed obviously the new DLC for Sea of Thieves. They always do that. Also for Fallout 76. Clark, you might be interested in that.
I wish I could get into Sea of Thieves. We say that every single time.
Awesome. I love it.
I just wish I could.
Look, if we didn't get into it when it did Monkey Island themed DLC, we ain't getting into it.
No, I know, but
we got to the cave. We did get to the cave, if you remember.
That's true. We got through the cave. We did that whole mission.
Yeah, we did that mission.
Yeah, we did one part of the mission. It was
in terms of new games, the big hitter, the one more, was the new Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Oh, that's just an absolute sham. Okay.
I mean, tell it like it is, Clark. You don't hold back, mate.
High on Life 2.
Where was the new Halo game? That's a
Halo's dead, mate.
Property.
Halo's dead. Let it go. It's dead.
Outer Worlds 2.
It died on Reach. Let it go.
Revival. A Plague's Tale, new Plague's Tale. You used to like.
New Plague's Tale looks good because it's in the universe, isn't it? It's
yeah.
That looks all right. That looks all right.
What did you?
What about the new console?
Well, that's it. Yeah, the new handheld is what I'm more interested in.
Your reaction to it was absolutely brilliant. But I'm saying, oh my god, it's running Windows.
Yeah. I mean,
has it not got its own interface, like a easy version?
It has. It boots into kind of an Xbox. So it's a ROG Ally X. It boots into a kind of very, very stripped down version of Windows. So it boots into kind of like an Xbox dashboard. But the neat thing about it is that you can also it will link to things like Steam as well. So you're not just like with Steam, unless you kind of not jailbreak it, but unless you go into the background of Steam, you can get like an Xbox app launcher.
It kind of surprises me because ROG also released, I think it was their Ally S about 2 months ago, which actually has Steam Deck OS on it. It's like a non-Steam Steam Deck. Hardly anyone knows it's out.
No, and the other thing that's weird, the other thing that's really weird that Xbox have done here is they've split the SKU. They split the SKU again, so you've got an S version and an X version.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I mean, the thing is, this thing's going to be stupidly expensive. It's going to be like 900 quid.
Oh yeah.
For the X version, it's going to be like nearly $1,000, I reckon. And I would swap my Steam Deck out for that day one because I like
Steam
the
Deck
X.
Was like £400 though, YMZ.
Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, but I mean, obviously the ROG Ally is a little bit more powerful and stuff like that, and it'll be even bigger, better, whatever. But it's just like 900 quid for a
grand. If it's come out $1,000, they've got another stinker on them.
The X probably will. That's the problem. The X will probably. I mean, I can't see them selling that for less than 900 quid.
The welcome into the handheld market will they just never beat the king, will they?
But will they beat the fucking last place loser, Clark, with a grand handheld then?
I don't understand. I kind of understand their thing about let's get into the handheld because PC is their thing and they want to put games everywhere and all this sort of shit. But then all they had to do was if they really wanted to do that, I guess, is just
all they had to do was this.
No, don't talk to me about the portal. I've looked at the portal. It's shite. But all they've got to try and do is work with Steam to get the Xbox app running on that or something, or make it easier for you to on other devices.
Doesn't Xbox have this attitude though of like we don't really give a fuck kind of like we'll raise the price of our Xbox console that isn't even selling, and we'll raise it some more. So
what made me laugh was on every one of the announcements that I saw at the end of it, it was just plastered with stickers everywhere saying "Play anywhere," blah blah, cloud, blah blah. And I was just like, "Fuck off."
Well, that's not
so do you think?
Is it?
I mean, I personally love the idea of an Xbox because of an Xbox
handheld. He's going to pull some out of his bag.
No, so thanks to what's the guy's name, Billy or whatever, Phil. Thanks to Phil. No, I'm just getting some Skittles out of my bag. That would make us go.
Have you brought enough for everyone?
No, I personally love the idea of an Xbox handheld because I just hate having loads of consoles under my TV. So if I can have the PlayStation and then like for the Xbox exclusives, a handheld version that I don't know. I like the idea of it, but shit in hell, we're getting lots of handhelds now, right? Switch, Steam Deck. Like
and before this one, I was actually seriously considering selling my Steam Deck because I don't think handhelds are for me. I just don't play them. I just don't.
I'm still considering selling my OLED Steam Deck. Look at him.
Fuck off, Pat. He's such a traitorous, but he's if we were on a boat, right? If we were on a boat and it was like, oh, guys, we might be able to make it, he'd be the first person to chuck one of us over the side.
Vimesy, do you know what a nicely pair with a Steam Deck OLED?
And
Meta Quest 3.
I'm not talking to you.
He will do that, Vimesy, but
he will. He
would throw.
Where's your bag? Here's my knife.
So, no, I love handhelds, so I'm always interested to hear about new ones. I don't see anything wrong. I really like it, and I just can't believe I'm disappointed with PlayStation, to be honest, because Xbox are there going, Steam Deck are there going, here's the Nintendo's there doing it, Xbox they're doing it. So actually, the only ones not doing it is PlayStation now, which to me is crazy because they used to do, they've been doing since the PS3.
Yeah, but hardware wise, if you ignore Nintendo, it's only like PlayStation in that market now, right? Because Xbox have kind of given up on the hardware side of things, right? So they're like, well, hey, if everybody else, we got our console, we don't need to do anything now. What do we need to do? And that's not the market they're going for. They can just port their stuff over to PC, and then suddenly everybody else takes care of it because they don't have to worry about they don't have to worry about the hardware bit. They just go port it over to PC, and then every single ROG Ally, Steam Deck, even the Xbox handheld can run a PlayStation game because that's where we're at. But yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed.
Yeah. I don't know. I still like the idea of native handhelds. I like to see other companies. I like that Xbox released it and they had the balls to do it as well. I don't know. I kind of like it. So I'll pick up Wally.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What else did we get? So Xbox Outer Worlds 2. That looks all right. Excellent. Brilliant. Love it. Thanks for coming, everybody.
What do you think I thought about Persona, the revival? What do you think?
I don't think you're really that bothered with it. Yeah.
Can you go and keep going? Yeah, you're kind not bothered. I mean, is the right term,
I think you should be a little bit because I mean the difference between like Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal is quite big, and then we had Persona 4, whatever it was on the Vita, and now we've got a new one, so it'll have more stuff in it.
The more stuff is exciting. I'll tell you where I was with it, Clarky. I love the look of it. I would love more stuff like you said because they do a big jump. I was actually quite not disappointed, but one of the beauties for me in Persona was that you didn't control the camera. So when I know now I've got to walk around and keep doing the right stick all the time, I'm just like, oh, fuck's sake, it's so much more tiring. I just want to be
tiring.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. I just want to be running around and still like Resident Evil kind of vibe, like that's just the scene and I'm running through. So I'm just like, oh man. And obviously when you know like how the story's gonna end, just a little bit.
But will it?
Shh. Don't spoil it. I might play it.
Vimesy, don't. You won't play it.
Never playing that.
You won't play it. We're not going to spoil it, but it's a story.
I spent ages playing Persona 4 until I read something was going on about having to eat a yogurt in a fridge on a particular day at a certain time. I was like, okay.
I'll spoil it. I'll spoil it. It turns out it was.
No.
See, this is like I say, not back Clarky every time. Anyway,
I just can't be bothered to controlling walking through the city now. I'm just like, fuck, man.
Get an Uber.
You know what I mean? Unless I can physically drive the motorbike this time.
No, for God's sake.
That'll be cool.
Blood of the Dawnwalker. That looks good. I've heard a lot of good things about that. That's the vampire game where you're kind of a vampire that's kind of hunting down other vampires, basically. That looks
can they like move away from like pseudo Japanese settings for a while?
No, I don't think that's going to happen, Clark.
No, all right, fair enough.
Grounded 2.
I thought the first one was still in beta.
I think the first one's flopped. So
no, it's really popular. It's really popular, Grounded. Yeah. Yeah.
With who?
Kids mainly.
Really?
Yeah, kids whose parents won't let them on Roblox and Fortnite.
Didn't know that.
That's what they do. You're not going on that. You're not going on that. You can play Grounded. Oh, my dad. No, you can't play Grounded. You are grounded. Go play it. That's yeah.
You know, had a following. Yeah, interesting.
No, it's pretty popular. You know, what else we got on here? Oh god, there was so much good stuff on the Fallout 76 getting fishing. That's a highlight.
Oh, God.
Tony Hawk Stream 4. That looks good.
Oh, come on.
I'm trying it, mate. I'm trying. Gears of War Reloaded. There you
He's
go.
already said that.
Classic.
You realise I've said all these titles already.
Yeah, I know, but
next is going to go Final Fantasy.
Did you know Final Fantasy? Oh shit! Something about a walking lighthouse.
What?
The walking lighthouse. It's from Double Fine. Hang on.
Okay.
Keeper. Don't you remember that one? It opens up. I thought it was like a Dredge DLC or something, and then the lighthouse started walking around.
I think that might have been on after I stopped watching.
I might have taken some mushrooms. I don't know. And then obviously,
you're gonna make it through the show without a hit.
Yes, you had to, mate. Some of the games they were showing, I was just like, I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was better than the PlayStation one, which was basically a Nintendo one. Did I mention that?
Shall we move on? Because we've got more.
Please.
Shall we move on to Konami?
Did Konami have a show? Oh, enlighten me, mate.
Yeah, I'm surprised at this. I didn't realise it had a show.
Not only did they have the show,
did they eat Skittles while they were doing the show? Or were they professional about it?
Can you hear it? Can you hear that? They revealed. Do you not know about this, Clarky?
No. Why am I about to be excited?
Well, not on stream, mate.
Well, Semi, you're going to be a 6 out of 10. 7.
He's going to have a semi.
Silent Hill 1 remake.
Really?
Silent Hill 2 remake was good.
What was that one we watched? What was the other Silent Hill? That's a new one, right?
Silent Hill F.
That's it.
Fuck.
The thing is, I've replayed survival horror games loads of times, or your Resident Evils, all of that, but I have never been compelled to replay through a Silent Hill game.
No,
not even number 2.
No.
Oh, Silent Hill 1 and 2. I don't know. Okay, maybe something else that might get you excited, Clarky. It won't.
Unless you say Symphony of the Night remake.
No, but they did announce that the new Snake Eater Metal Gear Solid has an online mode.
Right. Was that it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds like there was a lot of low-hanging fruit in this.
I thought you not like Silent Hill 2, the remake. It's the same company making the first one.
No, I like the original Silent Hill 2, and I'm never going to replay it.
Okay. What else did they announce?
Well, you've got the news.
That's about it.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm not going to talk about the other shit, like there's some octopus game and shit like that.
Not Octodad 2.
No, some was shite. And you don't care about the other shite either. So that was Konami.
Excellent. What was next?
What's next? That's it. That's all. Summer Game Fest, Konami. I'm not going to do the Unreal one. That was like 2 weeks ago. That's it. That's all the games that were. That's lots of games. Loads of games. From fucking Silent Hill all the way to Onimusha. We saw lots of games.
Okay.
How's your son getting on with Switch 2, Vimesy?
Well, that's where we're going, is it? He's still loving it. I think he's been playing through lots of World because it's the only thing on it that's new. And we started playing Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, Tears of the Kingdom I did try and get to play Breath of the Wild first, but you wanted to go into Tears King, so you had to build the things. And
I mean, criticize updates for game all you want, but that one really changes it. So smooth, looks so beautiful.
I don't know, mate. It just honestly, not sure I could tell the difference. But yeah, we finally got off the island, the Sky Island. We've actually landed on the actual world bit thing now.
Only took 2 years.
Well, it's worth doing. It's worth doing right, Clarky. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
But no, it was. It's fine. It's fine. It's it's a bit like going from the Steam OG to the Switch OG to like the Switch OLED. It's like, okay. So you get it and you kind of go, oh, it's shiny, and then very quickly it's just, oh, okay, yeah. Well, what? It's not though, is it? Because it's just a Switch that's more powerful, but we don't really know that it's more powerful because it's not really. I've not seen a game on it that couldn't really have run on the Switch 1. I mean, the Mario Kart World is just Mario Kart, right? It's not like I'm seeing anything.
That game wouldn't run on Switch 1.
Well, I mean, to be fair, mate, it might have had, it might have been a small flame drop or something like that. But
yeah, probably run at like 10 frames a second.
Mario Kart 8 looks fantastic, right? Running on a standard Switch, right? Mario Kart World looks great running on a Switch too, but it's not. It's not like when Pet talks about the difference.
Nintendo, they always look beautiful.
No, but when Pet's talking about like the jump between sort of like going from a PlayStation 2 to a PlayStation 3, or going from a whatever, an Xbox OG to an Xbox 360, right? You're not getting that from a Switch 1 to a Switch 2. It's just this is what I mean.
You're never going to see another jump like that.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's very much like, it's just an upgrade to the Switch. But I can't see any massive difference because the only game that's new is Mario Kart World. The Mario Kart World, when you're playing Mario Kart World, it's just Mario Kart, right? Yeah, there's some more people in it, but graphically, I'm not sitting there going, "Oh,
this is next gen."
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're running into blocks. They're giving you a thing. You're firing a thing. I can't tell much of the difference. If you put them side by side, but it's like anything. If you put it side by side, you might be like, yeah, obviously there's more draw distance, or there's it's not screen tearing as much, or there's less flicker, or whatever, right? But just playing it, it's just I spent a couple of hours playing it with him on Saturday.
I'm absolutely hooked. I'm absolutely hooked on that 24-player elimination mode. I think that's just a game changer.
Oh yeah, we played one of those, but we played it CPU. We haven't played it online yet.
It's brilliant online. It kind of changes the game because obviously when you're playing it offline or just like normal races, they all go the same way. You get in first position. If you're in first position for more than a minute, you're guaranteed there's going to be a blue shell hitting you in a minute.
And you just don't get anything good, and it's all shite. Yeah, I know.
It's a little bit different with the elimination things. It's just absolute chaos.
Yeah. Well, damn it! It's got a Switch 2 question.
What is that, pal?
He's got to type it, though, mate. That's the problem with chat. You see,
if it's
in your own time, damn it,
I'll just throw you off it.
Come on, Coleman. Honestly,
he's already tapped it.
Time is money.
It's really worth waiting for that question.
I knew that was coming. I fucking knew it. Does it do WWE 2K25?
It will do.
No, because it's shit. There you go.
I mean,
that's mine.
I like it. It's not a generational like PS6.
It's definitely an upgrade, but it's an upgrade like the Switch 1 to the Switch OLED.
I'm going to cover that vibes there.
Oh, sorry.
So you've got all your games.
I won't interrupt you like you keep doing.
Yeah, well, like you just done there, yeah. So you've
got your games. Jesus,
yeah, You've got your games with the paid upgrades, haven't you? Like your Zeldas and whatever else is.
The 2 Zeldas and Forgotten Lands, Kirby, which he's really looking forward to.
Clarky, may I interrupt you there?
You got 3 words out, Clarky. What more do you want?
I'll be quick, but I still do find that a bit ridiculous in itself because people forget this, but the original Zelda game wasn't a Switch game; it was a Wii U game. So we paid for the upgrade. Clarky, we paid for the upgrade for Switch, and everyone's like, "Oh, this one's so much better than Wii U," and now they're saying the same shit again for the Switch. So I'm just like, "Fucking hell, game."
Yeah, but everyone does it, don't they? How many times have we had the Last of Us back?
Xbox don't.
Do they?
No, you just get the best version on the console you got. Just saying.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, the nice thing they've done about it, Nintendo, to be fair to them, is the upgrade packs for the games. They're not just, oh, we've boosted the graphics, we've just made the console better. So there is the app, and they have done all the stuff where you've got like navigation mode, you've got voice notes, there's lots of things like that. And also, if you've got the what's it called, Clarky, the premium online thing or whatever it is,
for the online plus expansion.
That's the one, yeah. That's then free. So you get all the upgrade packs free for the Zelda ones anyway. I think the Kirby one you might have to pay for. I'm not sure because you get more level stuff on that one. So it's not. It's not heinous.
There's a number of games that have had improvements as well. So I mean, anything that came out after 3 years ago really struggled to run on the original one. Notable ones like Pokemon Violet runs beautifully now and looks a lot better than it did on the OG Switch.
You never. The day they make a good-looking Pokemon game is a day. Well, it's not going to happen, is it?
It's called Digimon.
It's called Digimon. Well, that's the thing. I looked at the Digimon trailer that was out the other day, and I was like, "Fuck me! If Digimon can do that."
I think a lot of games have had sort of 60 frame a second updates. I know Metroid Dread has. What was it? There was another one as well. And things like Xenoblade X, and I think Xenoblade 3 is getting a patch. Those will be free.
Is it a patch where they remove the fucking combat corridor at the end of the game?
At the end. Doubtful.
Damn it.
Portal 2 no longer runs.
What?
Well, it does, but apparently in order to get Portal 2 to boot, you now have to put the Switch into airplane mode first.
Okay. I thought it's everything I've heard is that they've done really well with the kind of.
But a lot of games that were struggling work better. Witcher 3 works a lot better now. I mean, I picked up Cyberpunk.
That's the point. I could put Witcher 3 and see if
that's a game where you can tell that the console's definitely an improvement over its predecessor. While it doesn't look like you're playing it on a PC, it does still look really nice.
I might steal it off.
How's Cyberpunk running on it, Clarky?
I just said.
I thought you said about Witcher 3.
No.
Oh, I thought it was about Witcher 3. Sorry.
I was briefly. I mean, the Witcher 3 still runs at 30 FPS, but it's a stable kind of. You don't get any of the little sudden graphic drops anymore. But yeah, Cyberpunk, it runs really, really well and looks really good on big TV as well.
What kind of battery time are you getting on that? Because on the OG Steam Deck, I was getting piss poor, like hour and a half.
Somebody did a comparison. You'll get about the same game time as you would on the Switch, on the Steam Deck OLED, which is just over 2 hours on Cyberpunk.
Okay, I had the original. I think the worst battery.
Some people have been having battery problems because their Switches have been stood in a warehouse for months, so they kind of had to retrain them. Which I had to do that with my OLED. It's annoying.
What do you mean? Well, how do you retrain a handheld?
Well, with lithium-ion batteries, they sometimes mess up a bit, so you have to charge it up to full and then let it completely. Yeah, exactly. Come on. Let it drain, charge it. Let it drain, charge it, and then it's like, all right, yeah, this is what I should be at full charge. So that should fix it for a lot of people.
AI man. Learning like, this is what I should be doing.
I can't say battery life on a handheld has been a problem.
But I have to say one big upgrade is you can actually scroll through the Switch eShop without that horrendous lag.
I'll tell you what though, and they've cleaned the Switch eShop as well.
Yeah,
there's no longer all your favorite games, Pat. They've got rid of some of them.
Well, it's the same on the the everything is exactly the same as now it is on the update on the Switch. It made it the same.
But that's what I mean. It does feel like, and I think Nintendo have been quite clever here because they haven't really hyped up this console launch. Like, can you imagine if PlayStation or Xbox are putting out a new console, it would be like, boom, it'll be all over the place. Right? And Nintendo haven't really done that because it does feel like Switch OG 1, Switch OLED.
Damn it raises a good question there. It is weirdly heavy.
What could you kill a hamster from if you dropped it? Yeah,
probably. It is weirdly heavier than the Steam Deck, even though it's like half as thick.
Yeah, the size difference, just the slight increase in, well, it's not slight, yeah.
Oh,
it makes a huge difference because it's actually built for human hands now.
Mario Odyssey and Mario 3D World have also had free 60 FPS patches and graphic updates as well. And Splatoon 3 tomorrow gets a nice big fat update that's for the Switch 1 people as well.
Who plays that?
Good game.
Here we go. Look.
Me and Clarky played this one together a little bit, didn't we, Clarky? Yeah, we played online.
Clarky's the one in the trailer that you see going off to the arena to play it, a bit of esports.
Why do you think they updated the Switch 1 so you just get no new excitement opening up the Switch 2? Like, why did they do that? Why is it the same UI and even that kind of makes it a bit more less exciting for me?
Well, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty much the same. Yeah.
I think there's a couple more little buttons down the bottom that are relevant, I think, to the chat maybe or something like that. But the UIs, it's just exactly the same.
Yeah. That's why I asked if Damien would pick one up, because it'd be nice to talk to someone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because all my son wanted was, I want to be able to put some wallpapers as my background, that's what he wants. He wants to be, even if they were Nintendo ones, because how you can get the ones where you can go into the bit and you can unlock new kind of avatars and new borders and new colors. He just wants, I don't know, he wants these but he's like, why can't Nintendo do that? Why can't Nintendo just say, you can go and spend some of your little points that you've collected by playing these games on a new wallpaper for the background for your, you don't need a whole new UI, but instead of having a black background or a white background, you could have a Kirby background or a Zelda background.
Going back to the Splatoon 3 thing, it's going to give Switch 2 owners a huge advantage over OG players, because they will still be matched together.
It'll give you a massive advantage because everyone you're playing against is 3 years old.
Well, but now you can use it as mouse control.
But that does happen on games like Fortnite, and you can play PS4 against PS5 and games.
Well, you know why I ended up buying the PlayStation 5 version of fucking COD, don't you? That was purely because the crossplay was absolutely hideous.
That's another one, Pet. Fortnite's no longer a joke on Switch. It actually runs well.
I heard that. I feel like Nintendo just said, fuck it, there's going to be all these comparisons that this isn't a new console, so we're just going to double down and do the same.
Please don't get me wrong, right? I'm not shitting on it. It's a nice console and it's a definite it's a huge upgrade for just the solidity of it. When you got the Switch OLED and you're like, it feels metal, it feels heavy, it feels like a solid, right? It feels like that again, right? So it feels like if you had the Switch OLED and then you got this one, you go, actually, this feels, it feels substantial. I'm not saying it's not a good upgrade. I'm just saying
what I don't like is the fact that they've taken a leaf out of Vita's playbook for the memory cards.
And you can stroke the back.
It only runs those micro SD EX cards, of which there are currently about 3 in production.
You cannot possibly need more storage already, Clarky.
You will in the future.
What's on there at the moment? What's the thingy? What's the hard drive on the Switch 2?
256. Let's see what I've taken up on it already. So
because
Rhymes, Clarky's right though. That's not the point. The point is that they're trying to bum you. In this, I know this from the Vita, and the excuse of we need this because of our new games is bullshit. Because
no. See, this is where I disagree. Because, for example, right now on my PC, if I install anything, onto my PC and it's not going on my SSD drive, I will get a warning saying this game might struggle if you've got it on an SSD, right?
Okay, well, how does the Steam Deck run?
I'll wrap. Well, this is the thing. I mean, they made a big. I mean, look at what PlayStation did with the 5. They made a big deal about how it was only possible to run games because of their SSD, and then what? About a year later, Ratchet and Clank comes out on PC and runs on an old-fashioned 20-year-old hard drive.
Yeah, that's Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. But what have I taken up right off the bat? Split Fiction. That takes up 69.2 gigabytes.
Really? I just downloaded that.
Yeah. Mario Kart World's 21 gigabytes, or 22 really. What else have I got on there? The updates for Breath of the Wild, that's 12 gigabytes, and I think the Tears of the Kingdom one's slightly smaller. Pokemon's 5.1 gigabytes, that update. So, it fills up.
Sure. But, I mean,
it's just I know from the Vita, like, it's not good. It's not a good thing to do. And in the future, if these things become more rare, those little Vita cards now are so expensive, so expensive. At least
I mean, yeah, because they are micro SD cards, they will drop in price. It's just a little bit annoying that if you want to get the only one available at the moment is 256 gigabytes. There's only about 3 in production from different companies, and they cost like twice, 3 times as much as the standard type of micro SD card.
I mean, I still remember having to fork out over £100 for the Xbox 360 20 gig drive. So it's not like
and you've got to think about this. You've got to think about this. There's this point as well, Vimes. You pretty much, except for a few who will probably do this, like CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk, only your first party games are going to actually be on the cartridge now. So anything, even if you buy a game card, you're going to be downloading that game. And like I say,
there is
Split Fiction's hardly like a pinnacle of graphic power, but I mean, even that's 69 gigabytes, and that's not a huge.
I mean,
is it?
I think part of me is like, I always want to give the benefit of the doubt, and it kind of makes sense to me, whether it's true or not, but it kind of makes sense to me that if you're running stuff at higher resolution with better frame rates, with better graphical, you're going to need to get that stuff off the hard drive faster. And if you can't get it off a standard SD card fast enough because the read speed isn't higher, then you're going to need an upgrade. You need to get an EX, or you need to get
like Pet says, how can the Steam Deck do it?
I don't know. Listen, this is what I'm saying. I don't know, but this is what I'm saying. I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying it makes sense if that's what they're going to be doing, because
it doesn't make sense when you go, other companies are doing it differently right now with a chip. When Red Dead 2 can run on a Steam Deck really, really fucking well, it doesn't make sense. When someone comes out and goes, this is the only way we can get Mario to run on this thing.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is coming to Switch too.
Yeah. Well, but only because of the SIM card, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it. I mean, ask Digital Foundry.
I have absolutely no interest in this series, but I'm quite curious to see what version of FIFA they get this year.
Well, it'll be the same one it has been for the last 20 years, Clarky. Don't worry about it. Oh, no, hang on. They've rebuilt the goalkeepers from the ground up for this one. So it'll be fine.
I know what Clarky means.
I bet some refs are making some stupid mistakes, I tell you that.
Yeah,
Pet knows about that.
I mean. You just
I know what he means. I know what he means.
I'll tell you what, though, Clarky, they don't fuck around. 2K doesn't fuck around. You always get a really good version of NBA on Switch.
And God, like WWE again.
Like the console version, they go all out for it. Different company.
But I would still rather, for me, have the new ROG Xbox X, whatever the fuck it is, on the Switch too. But that's just because that's me. That's the games I play. I've got my son's stick it up Switch right here. I haven't touched this thing. I haven't played a game on this.
Ramsey, do yourself a favour and keep hold of your Steam Deck, because I absolutely guarantee you, within a week of this new Xbox UI coming out, they'll find a way to run it on the Steam Deck.
I don't need to get rid of it. I'm not exactly cash strapped for it or anything like that. But I'm just looking at thinking, I don't ever play it. I just bought a 10 meter HDMI cable just so I can play my PC on the telly in the lounge. And I spent a lovely time on Sunday and Monday evening just playing like demos from Steam Next Fest. It was lovely. But I could have just put those on the Steam Deck and played them like that. And I don't like handheld. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I've got my head down and the screen's right there. I don't like that it's small. I want to sit on a chair, on a sofa, on an armchair, whatever it is, on the telly, controller in hand.
I get you, but some games I just don't want to play on a TV. I don't want to play a Pokemon game on the TV.
Right. I don't want to play a Pokemon game full stop.
Yeah, I don't want to play any sort of RPG
there is
on a full screen.
I cannot think of any game that I've played ever. I'm struggling. I'm trying to think of one that I would not have preferred to play on the big screen. And the only reason I played things like Xenoblade 3 and stuff like that on the Switch was because it was on the Switch. There was nowhere else to play it. So I would rather have played that on the big screen, and often did. I often played it docked.
It's a more personable experience if you play it on a handheld, I think.
Yeah, I agree with Clarky. Some games, it's like VR. Some games suit VR more than they do. You play some VR games, you're like, why the fuck is this VR? Like Tetris Effect.
I mean, but even games like things like the card, like if we're going back a bit, like Hearthstone or Balatro or whatever it was, that that's perfect for handheld. I don't want to play it. I don't want to play it on that. I don't. I just don't want to. I don't. I'm gonna get all my crispy, my what's it fingers all over the fucking screen, and so no, don't want to do that shit.
Yes. I get this thing. I don't know if Clarky gets it. I think Clarky will as a handheld gamer, but like even if the screen is small, if you're enjoying the game, I kind of like
notice it.
No, and I know that. I mean, look, you got to remember, I've had every Nintendo console. I've had the PS Vita. I've had a Steam Deck. I've had handhelds, and all they do is sit there on charge indefinitely, waiting for me to pick them up once every blue moon.
I mean, going back to how much of an upgrade it is. I mean, Split Fiction, obviously, I have played on the big screen because I've been playing it with the missus. But that was one of them games that I thought, now this would probably look really ropey, like the Switch version of It Takes Two. And I kind of put it on, and I was like, "Oh God, how bad's this going to look?" And then started playing it, and I'm like, "Fucking hell, this is fine. It's what I'd expect from the PS4 or the PS5 or what have you."
But the game's
most smaller, Clarky, on the you're playing in handheld, you mean?
No, this is just for Split Fiction, and it's just an example of a game that it wouldn't look shit on the Switch 1 on the TV, but actually looks really good on Switch 2 on the TV.
Got you. Because I was going to say the also Clarky, just like games that do not look the best on a big screen on a handheld, they look amazing. Like usually,
yeah. I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII or whatever. I've got that on Steam Deck. Shit game.
I mean, I mean, unfortunately, the missus doesn't have an online account. So what I'd have liked to have done is like you can play Split Fiction so that one person, I've got it on the Switch 2 and she can accept an invite, but then she can play it on the Switch 1. It'll stream it to the Switch 1. I wanted to give that a try, but couldn't do it.
But yeah, I mean, Switch 2, my son's going to love it. It will last him years. Good investment, good upgrade. I've got no complaints about it, no qualms about buying it. I
have to say one really nice touch, and this used to do my head in on the Switch. The cartridge slot thing at the top.
Oh, it's weird.
You put it in, but you'd press it in, and it never seemed to just stay just right and flush with the thing. But this one, they kind of put like a metal cage around it so that it actually fits directly over the cartridge and grips over the cartridge, and you push it down in place so it sticks flush. Nice little touch, that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fine. When you get yours, Pet, you'll be like, yeah, this is solid. You won't regret it, but don't be expecting, a massive jump of anything particularly.
Oh, the top down Zeldas run really well now, Pat. No frame rate drops on them.
You gotta play a top down Zelda in handheld mode. You
Absolutely.
can't.
But having said all that, the reason why my son's Switch is sitting here on my desk is because I'm about to just fucking wipe its hard drive and then just reinstall some of the games that I bought years ago that I ain't played because he's had it for the last 4 years. So I might come back in a week's time and go, well, actually, I've been playing whatever it is I've got up on that.
Lift up your Switch 2 onto the table.
So you know, we'll see. We'll see. I might send him become a handheld combat. They're occasional.
Petal Cave. It'll cave when they come back in stock again.
Are they out of stock? I didn't think it was pretty hard to get hold of one anymore.
No, they're out of stock at the moment.
I would wait, Pet. Honestly, mate. Wait till you get your. You never know when that Persona, whatever it is, thing comes out.
That's exclusive to Xbox.
Is it? Oh, okay.
No,
well, maybe not that one then. Maybe not that one.
It's not exclusive to Xbox, surely not. It'll be on Game Pass.
When's the new Zelda out, Clarky?
Xbox Game Pass, isn't it?
What?
When's the new Zelda out?
We've announced the new Zelda.
Well, no, but there's bound to be one along in a minute, isn't there?
Yeah, probably.
So wait for that.
That is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the games. I'm not that.
There is nothing. If you're not into Mario Kart World and you're not particularly interested in Donkey Kong Stick, then don't worry about it.
This isn't game related, but have you seen what movie sequel they've announced today?
No.
Spaceballs 2.
Oh god.
Oh really?
Rick Moranis is actually coming out of retirement.
No, he's not.
Role.
Really?
He is.
Oh, mate.
I thought it was fake, but it's like Mel Brooks introduced it, so it was like, no, this is real.
That's just, it's going to be
it's
wrong.
not going to be the same about John Caddy, though.
No.
I know.
Have you seen Mission Impossible yet?
Weekend it came out, mate. I was
Tom Cruise
amazing.
looks fucking fit. That's just wrong.
I
He's 10 years older than me, and he's just like, wow.
Have you seen who he's dating? Now?
Who's he dating now?
He's dating Anna Demer or whatever her name is.
Anna de Armas, the one who's playing. Who was in
You're joking.
Knives Out and stuff. She's hot.
That's just wrong. That is
so fit. She's like.
So what you're saying is there's hope for me yet.
She's so beautiful.
I know she is. I refuse to like that actor though, because one day I guarantee you there's something's going to come out about him.
She's
It would have come out, mate. Do you see what I mean?
No.
Like with people like Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, they don't get involved with that Epstein bullshit. Like they've just been solid. That's
his wig. Coleman, his wig looked amazing. It looked that man is.
If he's enjoyed, if he's part of that weird Scientology cult, trust me, something's going to come out about it.
He's stepped away from that since years now. COVID days, he didn't agree with how they handled COVID, and he stepped away from Scientology. Yeah, I'm telling you, Tom is the man.
He's like one of the last great movie stars. You know what I mean?
If you go back 10 years, everyone would tell you how Jimmy's the man as well.
Jimmy. I need to go and watch it. Is it what's it called? The new John Wick?
What is her name?
Anna de Armas. Is it de Armas?
She's in a spin-off movie now for John Wick.
That's the John Wick one. Yeah. We're going to. I'm taking my daughter to see it.
10 years ago, Rolf, he could look after my kids anytime.
My best mate from when I worked in Bristol was a huge Rolf Harris fan. And he even had like a signed Rolf Theroux and all this sort of stuff.
I thought that come out a tattoo.
That man, I swear, it killed him. I mean, it literally that came out. He was the whole. All his power gone. It was like he couldn't play his didgeridoo anymore. It was just
people
like,
refuse to believe it though. Like, can I tell you something a little bit weird? Like my mum, this is a bit weird, but my mum, she kind of doesn't believe that George Michael was gay. He's like, no, he's not.
I mean, he just hadn't met the right woman, right?
My favorite.
To be fair, if he'd have met your mum in his prime, he wouldn't have been.
No, because she's like, well, is he actually gay? I'm like, yeah, Ma, I think he's a bit like he was out. And she was like, no, but like she's like thinking of the 80s, like when all the girls still loved him. And I'm like,
I think all the girls do still love him, but he's
My favorite one was it was one of the Jimmy Savile ones, and there was something on an Irish radio show. This was after it had all come out, and they'd ask people to phone in who'd like written into Jimmy Savile and stuff, and one person did, and they actually read this out on air, saying that they thanked him at the time because Jimmy had arranged for him to milk a cow while blindfolded.
Moving on really swiftly. Have you guys played any games? An hour and 5 minutes in. Have you played any?
Yes.
Have you actually played any games that aren't like Mario Kart World?
Split Fiction, Elden Ring, Night Rain.
Oh, you played that, have you?
Yeah, man.
You've played that, have you? Because I seem to remember somebody forcing me to buy that.
Oh, I never know when I can get hold of you, because normally I see Pet come online at PlayStation and then you follow about a minute later.
It's weird that, because he's ghosted me on PlayStation, because I don't get notifications now when Pet goes online. So he's obviously blocked me or something, because I don't see him. He doesn't want me in his squad.
You can't expect him to have to carry you all the time, Vimesy.
I can. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Anyway, so yeah, well done for buying Night Rain. That's great. Cunt. I played a couple of demos from Steam, which I don't really talk too much about them. But
hold on, I want Dammit to elaborate on this.
What's this? His mum?
They don't get to elaborate on bullshit. There's no elaboration.
Why not?
I think my mom just finds it a bit like, because he's obviously like Greek Cypriot as well. She's like, he's not gay. He's like a man's man. And I'm like, Mom, he's gay.
You're weird.
Guys, don't both start typing in the chat. We got. There's an audio podcast as well.
Is it?
Carry on talking then.
Who knew?
Right. Well, it was Vimesy talking.
I was, and then you started going on about Clarky wanting to talk about Coleman's mum for some reason. That's all.
Just because of the chat.
I'm trying to remember what it was called though, because it was really good. Hang on. Let me grab my Steam Deck, see if it's actually charged up.
Oh God.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'm sure I mentioned keeping this.
There we go.
I'm sure I mentioned keeping this short tonight.
Yeah. No, I want to talk about it because it was really good. It's a demo. It's on Steam and it's for
pixelated shit, Pet. Pixelated shit.
Oh, I thought you guys were.
Danko says, Clarky, Commodore want the keyboard back.
Commodore ain't having their keyboard back.
I told you, man. He's got the typewriter out tonight.
That's what it was. Right. Okay. So, there's a demo. It's called. Don't worry about me. It's fine. It's called Cleared Hot. So Cleared Hot, right? And it is basically Apache, the video game, the little chopper, like the top-down chopper game with the rockets and the little. I think we saw a trailer for it ages ago.
You mean Desert Strike?
Desert Strike and Apache, yeah. Desert Strike was another one, and then they did Jungle Strike and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, it's like that. It's really fucking good. It's got some really good voice acting in it as well. And yeah, it controls, but you know when you kind of you want the chopper to feel like when you get to the end and you turn, it kind of slides a little bit. It's got all that. It just feels really, really good. So if anyone's got PC, Cleared Hot, it's called. It's a really good demo. It's probably like a good half an hour or so, 45 minutes worth of play on that. There's just a few levels on it, but it's really good. And you can like use your little rope to dangle out the chopper to pick up barrels and like crash them into people or cars and stuff. It's brilliant. Go play that. Otherwise, the only other thing I've really been playing, honestly, is a shitload of Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm not going to talk about because we've talked about that game to death, but it's brilliant. But yeah, that's all I've been playing. So, Pat, what have you been playing?
I've been playing on my iPhone.
Move on.
No, because I know what this is about. Yeah, it doesn't look that good, Pet.
Death Stranding on iPhone. Go on. Was it worth $1,000?
Not just for Death
my
Stranding.
iPhone. I've got to upgrade my iPhone. I've got to spend £1,000 on my iPhone. I've got to. No, it's not. It's not for Death Stranding. Honestly, it's because it's the updates of shutting stuff. Bollocks, mate. I know exactly what
it is because he had like an iPhone 8 and literally none of the apps are updated for it anymore.
True that. I've got to get my daughter.
That's not me because I don't upgrade every year. My iPhone is from 2018. I bought my iPhone, so
we had this conversation. If you listened to last week's episode, Clarky, we had this conversation. Just saying.
I will tell you what, Clarky, it looks amazing. I can't believe it looks. To put things in perspective, Clarky, it looks better than any Vita game.
No way, really? It looks better than a Vita game from 1993.
I've played this on the iPad and it's PS4 at best.
Yeah, PS Vita is worse than the PS4. Yeah, so I would put it in between the PS Vita and PS4. Or no, that's what I said. So it looks amazing. That for me, that's amazing. Like I am blown away playing. I downloaded the Resident Evil 4 game demo as well. But I want to touch a little bit upon Death Stranding because I just love the game. And Death Stranding 2 coming out.
If you want to read it.
and it really suits the iPhone. I think Resident Evil I don't really think suits a handheld that much, but it looks amazing. But Death Stranding really suits a handheld. And also I kind of wanted to touch upon I'm starting to think that I won't like Death Stranding 2 from the small things I'm hearing, because Death Stranding 2 gets a lot more actiony is what I've heard. Like it's a mixture between Metal Gear Solid kind of gameplay and original Death Stranding. And I just love kind of really minimal. Like I just love.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even want to control a camera, mate. Lazy ass.
Yeah, I just love like I love the gameplay in Death Stranding of trying to get
the gameplay in Death Stranding is basically sitting there watching a cutscene, which is exactly why you like.
Well, no, not that bit, but the actual getting from A to B and how I'm going to get there, I enjoy that a lot more than the shooting or the like shooting the well bits and the action bits.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I didn't like the combat particularly in Death Stranding.
So they've doubled down with the combat apparently in Death Stranding 2, and he feels a lot more like Liquid Snake.
You should go and play those. You should go and play those driving games on you kind of have to go across little rocky outcrops and stuff, and Mud Runner and Snow Runner and all that sort of stuff. If you like that.
Well, even in Death Stranding, when you could get a car and you could get a motorbike, I always chose to go on foot. Like that was always
fuck it, I'm on the bike, mate. I was.
Oh no, I did. I like the
straight off a cliff.
I upgraded my legs. You could get like the exosuit.
Yeah. No, I preferred. I didn't like any of their vehicles. I much preferred upgrading the exosuit.
I didn't. To be clear, I didn't have them for very long because off a cliff and then you're walking.
Well, also,
while I had them, I really liked them.
And it attracted a lot of attention because they were loud as well.
It's fine. So that was fine because it didn't matter unless it was the BTs, because the enemies, that's it. The human was just too damn easy.
No, you could get away from those, but with the BTs, they would rip you off that motorbike like that if they kind of heard you coming.
Yeah, but you knew when you were getting into a zone where there were BTs, so you were right. Yeah.
But my I got the iPhone Plus, which is the slightly wider one. So the screen size on this is tiny still. It's 6.7.
I want to know about the backbone, mate. I want to know how it is playing with that.
Well, I'll tell you the backbone, but I just wanted to say.
Have you picked up a backbone?
Yeah, I picked up a backbone.
Sorry, finish what you're saying, Pat. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, even though it's 6.7 inches, I'll just say I get completely lost in it. It just looks bigger.
It's not the nail; it's the hammer you drive it in with.
You know what I'm talking about, though. I just get lost. I can't believe. Sometimes I feel this is hard to describe, but I feel when I got a handheld, I feel like the game's around my eyes.
Yeah,
that's because you're
feeling. Yeah.
No, but imagine a VR thing. I feel like I'm inside the game. I can't. I don't get that feeling on the TV. Yeah,
you're not sitting close enough to the telly, mate. That's your problem.
I feel it feels really weird to me. Like I feel like I'm inside the game.
Yeah, you're weird, mate.
Yeah. The Backbone. This is not what. This was really expensive.
How much was it?
This was really expensive.
Yeah,
they are really expensive. They're about 100 quid.
How much?
About 100 quid.
90 quid?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I can Google it if you want. I mean,
it wasn't
100 quid, Clarky. It was 99.
99.99. Yeah.
But I mean, I know it's expensive because I've looked at them like in the past. But
there's no. I will say this about the Backbone. Yeah, I've got the Lightning edition, which the original came. Sorry, not the Lightning one, the USB-C one.
Can I just throw this in there, Pet? Because I assume you already knew you could do this. You can buy a bracket for about £5 that clips onto your PS5 controller and just control it like that with it holding the iPhone, sort of in the same.
Yeah, I've got one. You could have had mine.
No, I definitely knew about that option, but
it's not the same. It's not bespoke.
It's not about it being bespoke, but this just suited me better, Clark. In terms of portability, this is really, really light. It's quite small, actually. Like, I know it does this fucking thing, but
it looks all right. It doesn't sound cheap.
That looks like it could break easily.
You could probably.
But does it work? Does it feel good in the hands? Is it seamless?
Fucking tell you lot.
Well, yeah, but you keep interrupting him, Clarky.
Yeah, well, Ariel thinks so. What about
during the answer, you've moved on to the next one. What was the latest question? What I was trying to say is, I didn't want a controller in my bag plus the bracket. This one that attaches to the iPhone is quite nice and neat. It looks like a Vita. Like it feels, you can just throw it in and it's nice and light. I wanted to say about the price, which was the original point. Yes, Wimsey, I do really, really like this, but in my head, if I was to honestly price this, what I think it's worth,
40 quid.
I think it's worth, and I don't mean this with any disrespect to Backbone. It's just my true, honest opinion. If you said it was 30 quid, I would probably say it's kind of pushing it, but okay. That's where I judge this as a controller. Is where I judge it. I think it feels really, really good. I feel it's really, really good. But you can buy. I can't remember the company.
Version 2s by any chance?
There's a company that makes good controllers. BitDo or something. I can't remember what they're called now.
Oh, 8BitDo.
8BitDo make really good controllers for lots of consoles, which feel really good. They've got Rumble. They've got this doesn't have any of that. You know what? This has got Rumble, but only for its app. It's fucking useless. Like it's not compatible for its games. So when you're in the app and you're switching screens,
could you?
It doesn't make sense.
Could you not have got one of the? Oh no, that's not work. I was going to say, could you not have got one of those 8BitDo little mini controllers and just use that? But I suppose if you want to hold it, you want to hold it, don't you?
I want to hold it on the. I've been playing this on the training stuff, but I love the controller. I just can't understand how it's 100 quid.
I'll tell you why. It's because people like you buy it for 100 quid, Pat. That's why.
Yeah. You want you want to make me? Yeah, I mean, I wanted one that wasn't that. It's the best feeling handheld. I wanted one
so you've been on the train. You've been playing a £100 controller strapped to £1,000,
and you're still alive. I mean, that's genius.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next week he'll be back. He'll be back on with his old phone and a black eye.
Well, it depends. When you're this is what it's like in London, right?
Oh, here we go.
No,
Tales from London.
Nah, actually, I'm not going to get into it.
Oh no, don't be like that.
No.
I've been in London. I've been in London. London's fine.
You know, like sometimes in London, there's bad people out there, but then there's also people like.
Mate, you know, I lived in Bristol, mate.
I wish someone would have a go sometimes, just so you can have an excuse to kick someone's fucking head in. Do you know what I mean? Like,
have you met Clarky? He's been interrupting you a lot today.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to say that because it's bad karma.
I can give you his address.
It's the only way I can get a point across with you two fuckers.
Yeah, sometimes London's just like, you can't be nice to people sometimes because then they take advantage. Like if a beggar comes up to you and goes, "Can I have like some money, please?"
20
quid, I generally don't have any money. They'll turn around and be like,
says
fuck off then.
Says with a
Like
grand
they'll swear in
phone
your
and
face. They'll be
£100
like,
control.
fuck off then, you dickhead, like that, and mug you up. If you turn around and go, get the fuck out of my face, then they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry for describing you, sir. It's a fucking weird. I'm not saying one is good and the other is bad. I'm just saying London is fucking weird. That's all I'm gonna say. What was your other question?
I don't think I've got another one.
Oh, shall I tell you what's really nice about this as well compared to the other options that you guys said?
Yeah, Clarky don't want to go to bed. Go on.
This doesn't charge, which is great. So like your DS
so it's all powered off your phone.
Yeah, exactly. So I would have to charge this one and take it with me, make sure this is and all that bollocks. This just charges off your phone, and if you're running out of battery, you can also put a charger in, which then charges this and your phone. Well, it doesn't charge this, but it goes through to your
phone.
So
you paid £100 for a peripheral that literally rips your phone battery and reduces
Peripheral, Clarky, peripheral.
You know what? They advertise it. Yeah, they advertised it, and it is true. They advertised it like this, and it is true. And maybe that's why it hasn't got gyro and rumble actually thinking about it. I take that back. But this really minimally reduces the iPhone battery is fucking amazing. Like, so this really kind of, it doesn't, even running Death Stranding, which is like a proper hard game, the battery is still like fantastic on the.
It's not the battery that's going to kill that phone, it's Apple.
Yeah, Apple will kill the phone themselves with the iOS update.
Funnily enough, about the time they announce the 17, it will suddenly lose 20% of its capacity.
Can I say something else about the backbone? I'm saying all negative stuff. Well, I really love it, by the way, but the fucking app, they are taking the fucking piss. They are taking the actually humane piss out of people. They've got an app. Which when you download it prompts you like hell to download it at first. I downloaded it, I tried it. It just, all it does is it somehow finds all the games within your library on your phone and it puts them into like its own backbone UI, which is pretty cool. So you go into the app and then you see, imagine like the Switch thing, like all your games there and play this, play that, and get advertised that you can play for free and shit like that. Yeah, cool, nice little app. Motherfuckers, it's subscription based. They want £36 a year to run this fucking app.
You've already had me 100.
Just a group, 8 per year, not a one-off. Per year, they want £36 to fucking tell you that, oh, this is all your games and wonder, as if like I'm scrolling through the fucking yellow pages to find video. Are you lost your fucking nut?
I presume you can just delete the app and use the backbone as without the app installed, right?
Motherfucker, we just paid you £100. That must have like it's like, you know what, the calf that I order breakfast from sometimes. When I order breakfast, I was saying this to my
order breakfast.
Yeah, sometimes I order breakfast. You know, like when you
don't you have like Weetabix or something? You know, a bit of toast.
No, sometimes you need to fry up when you're fucked. Like,
it's 30 quid in London.
Well, it's like a tenner. Is like a proper. Anyway, he used to come, and he would give you a free tea or coffee with the fry up, right?
Yeah.
Same price now. I checked last week. Same price, no tea. Motherfucker, the 10p tea bag was the issue. Not I paid £10 for the 10p is gonna be. That's what I feel about this. Is the fucking app gonna take you out of business? Is it gonna take you out of business? That's what I feel like when I used to work in the NHS. And we used to go, and I remember like them serving food and be like, "Oh, here's 2 potatoes." We ain't gonna go bankrupt if we give everyone free potatoes.
Mate, fucking free potatoes. We probably would.
Well, I don't know. £35 for this app seems ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree. Absolutely. Are you still on that the Apple gaming subscription thing? You know what I mean?
I was never on that. I was only on the free.
Oh, I just wondered because I've heard good things about it. Yeah, Apple Arcade. Yeah.
They always
I'm on that.
Are you still? That. Good.
It is good.
It's all right.
What do you want to know, Ramsey, about it?
No, I didn't. I just wondered if you were still on it because obviously, if you've now got the backbone, obviously that opens up a whole new using it as a handheld. And I just wondered if the Apple Arcade was worth, the money for you to do that. That's all.
I should say this about the games that I'm playing on iPhone. So the Apple Arcade games, usually a game is like 3 gigs. Would you say something like that? Like a good Apple Arcade game is maybe 3 gigs.
Yeah.
Like Death Stranding is about 70 gigs for an iPhone app. That is I've never seen.
That's the same as split fiction on the Switch.
You need some little micro SD.
And if you want to download the and Clark, if you want to download the Greek voices, it's more fucking download as well, right? So it's not like
it's a lot of consonants in that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I probably see myself playing one major title, having it on. I can't justify like getting 2-3 games. I've got the 256 gig model. That's fucking 4 games, and I've got no phone after that.
Fucking grand, and you only get it right anyway. Oh well.
But I love it. I love it, and yeah, please don't mug me if you see me on the street with it.
Yeah, if you could check its pet first before you mug the person, and then if he says it is pet, don't. But if he says it's not pet, fair game. and on that note, I think we'll probably wrap it up for tonight because I can see Clarky's got those I need to go to bed eyes. So I think we're going to call it a night. Are we? Unless you got anything else you guys want to bring to the table?
No, I'm all good.
Next time we'll be better prepared, and then we'll actually remember some of the games that were shown 3 days ago. But no, we probably won't. But yeah, so until next time, thank you very, very much for listening to us ramble on. Like, subscribe, ding notification bells if you're on YouTube. Oh yeah, and it will probably tell you when we go live as well as stuff. I don't know this YouTube thing. So yeah, until next time, thank you very much for listening. We're out.
Bye.
Bye.